Hello, folks. Welcome to Radio FM 88 Australia. And of course, we go simulcast on a Thursday night, Queensland time. For my co-host, Andrena, who's directly over that way. Oh, strange here. She's up there in the northern hemisphere. And so we've got some interesting character. We've got an interesting character, I should say. Yeah. She looks quite angelic in the white. Yeah. So without further ado, off you go, Andrea.
Well, good morning, good day, and welcome everybody to listening. If you're listening live to Dreaming the New Dream, or if you're listening to the replay, it is the 26th of May, 2022. So it's my great pleasure that I have Julia Williamson on today, and I've had the pleasure of meeting with her, singing with her, doing some of her different workshops, and following her around the world, or in mainly Australia. So, and I know that you've come from a very musical background, so I would love you to share your story, how it started, the road that it's taken you to. And, you know, I know you're such an inspiration, and it's all about people singing, coming together, using their voice. And it doesn't, you know, the first thing, because like obviously I do voice work and color work similar to you. And the first thing, people are terrified they have to sing. And I'm still working on my singing voice, but that's not the thing. And I did share that I'd gone to a gospel workshop a couple of weeks ago, and there were 26 of us, and I only knew 2 people there, and some knew each other. But by the end of the day, you know, we were all in 4 parts, and we were the singing that came together, the sound, the vibration, the love, the magic.
Yeah,
it was just absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So without further ado, please share how you started on this beautiful road of singing, voice, etc.
Well, thank you, Andrena, and thanks, Jeff. It's nice to be here. Wow. It really did start back in the womb, actually. Mum and Dad were, they started up the Gold Coast Theatre Company. So I was around a lot of singing, a cappella singing, so not a lot of instrumentation. I did a lot of theatre. And so for me, it was very natural to sing, and I found my voice really young. When I was really young. However, I kind of had this perfectionist script going on, so I had quite a lot of issues self-consciously. So even though I could sing, I still had a lot of trouble, you know, really expressing myself, not just with singing, but just with speaking as well. And so even though I'd done a lot of singing in my childhood, by the age of 10, I literally walked away from it because it was all too hard. And it wasn't until my mid-20s that I got back into it because the desire was so strong. And it was just this yearning to sing. And I joined a few bands, and I was petrified and I was continually had throat issues. My voice would give way on me. So I just had this cycle of not staying small, stressing out about being perfect, getting anxious as soon as I got up on stage, and that would affect my voice. And not only my voice, it would affect, I was noticing it was affecting everything in my life. So, and it was starting to affect my health. And so I sought healing for that. And then I started working with a woman called Maggie Landsman, and we started clearing what was blocking me. And there was a whole lot of, you know, that's an absolute massive journey. I've been working with her for 22 years. But so that made a massive difference, because after one session with Maggie, and this was a tangible experience, because we used to do a 5-hour gig. I was in a duo with my brother-in-law, Michael Flanders, fantastic musician. They're over in Nashville doing their thing over there, him and my sister. And I used to get so nervous walking into the Sheridan. I'd literally, you know, I'd be perspiring, my heart would be racing, and I'd get up to, you know, it was a 5-hour gig. And by the end of the night, I'd lose my voice because I was always thinking, are they going to like, you know, I always had my head. And after one session with Maggie, I was walking in there and I was sort of thinking, oh, I'm not nervous. That's weird. And then even we're setting up and then we get up to do the first song and there was a little bit of nerves, but then I was fine. And then my voice was fine for the whole 5-hour gig. And so I really pursued this healing because it made such a huge difference in my ability to just be comfortable with who I was and just express myself. It's taken me a while to learn how to express myself really authentically, because there's always a fear of confrontation, fear of judgment, fear of rejection. There's always stuff like that going on. But I've been doing the healing work for 22 years. And in 2007, I merged the healing with the singing. And I think, when did I meet you?
I landed in Australia in 2009. So
yeah,
it would have been, well, that was August, September. So yeah, probably been 2010 onwards.
Yeah, and you were a regular there for a while. I've got lots of nice photos of you singing, actually, in your pretty colours. Yeah. So and then what I really saw when I started running the singing groups was, people that had addiction. There she is. How beautiful are you? You look great. I love that.
Oh gosh.
There was people with addictions. I had clients that had been going to AA for years, and literally they were coming up to me and saying, whatever we're doing in singing, it's working, because they had been in therapy for years, yet the singing was when they noticed they were really finding a difference in how they woke up in the morning, their thought forms. They were waking up with the songs in their heads. And because I'd been doing the healing, I became a practitioner in 2003. I needed material, because, especially for the kids, because the kids were showing up with just songs that just were full of sexual innuendos. And it was just like, all right, I don't want to judge that and make that wrong, but let's just get them singing something a bit more inspiring and give them a better view of life. And then I just started writing songs, and then I started putting affirmations and healing mantras through the songs. And then I've also done a lot of kirtan and Sanskrit and, bhajan singing. So that really transformed me as a singer, because I was able to just go to such blissful states while singing and realizing, I rarely get to that state any other way. It's usually through singing or doing the crystal bowl and singing along with that. I find that's really helpful before I meditate, which I do every day now, because we need to stay sane.
Definitely.
So that's really how it all began. And now that I took a break, and in 2017, I did a 3-month isolation retreat. And
I remember that.
Yeah, before they became fashionable. And that was intense, because I really healed some really dark stuff that was in my past, some abuse. And so that was really showing me just how much I shut my voice down and how much I shut myself down. And then I was just shown to record the music, all the music. I've written so much stuff, and create the website, and then merge the healing with the singing. So I've created meditations with singing. They're so good, they're so much fun, and so healing, because they're triggering, because everything comes back to our belief systems, right? If you don't believe in yourself, or you think you're not good enough, you're going to hold yourself back in some way. So my work's all about clearing the belief systems, and then using the songs to create new neural pathways, because the best part about singing is that it triggers the brain's production of the feel-good chemicals, the dopamine, the oxytocin, the endorphins. And what I've learned since the retreat in 2017, because I've read quite a few books on the brain, and it just all brought everything together. It was like, oh, wow, that's why that works so well. because these feel-good chemicals consolidate new neural growth. So if you're singing, you know, I am magical, I am whatever, you all life-affirming statements, there you can remap those within 21 days. They become permanent, like they become consolidated.
Yeah.
And so, and you know yourself from singing how you just wake up in the morning and you've got a song in your head. It opens the heart. I mean, look at the stuff that the Heart Math Institute do. The satellites can see when we're in our heart, the heart-brain coherence, and that's what singing does. It takes us straight there. And then when you're in a group like you just were, and, you know, I ran a group today down here. It was so good to be back down in New South Wales and run a singing group. Wow, everyone sounded amazing. And there were some moments where we just like, zoom. Just like, whoa, did you feel that? That was epic. Like, it's just so beautiful. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't need to be a singer. Like I said, I'm not a singer by any means, because I'm still working with my voice. But I know when we've been in the car and I've been with my sister and we're going, I said, haven't you got anything sing along? And, you know, she put some old songs on and what have you, but they're all so high, you can't sing to them.
Yes. So they were back then.
Yeah. So it's finding songs that you can sing to, and once you start singing, it just opens your heart and clears the way forward, doesn't it? It's so powerful.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that was sing a Vera Lynn, won't you?
Come on, Andrena, let us hear.
Yeah. Come on. Vera Lynn, I don't think so.
Me neither. Well, I mean, and that was part of the purpose of, you know, I've got they're called the Family Tribe albums, and there's 2 albums just with songs that are catchy. The verses repeat themselves, so they're easy to remember, and they create a loop in your brain. But I recorded them in such a way that it starts with, say, the main melody, which is usually the alto. And then the next time we sing that same verse, I introduce another harmony. Then the third time I introduce another harmony. And why I did that was because I was terrible at hearing harmonies. I was always a good lead singer. But as soon as someone sang a harmony, I'd be off singing with their line and I couldn't hold my own. Oh, it was classic. And so this helped to develop the ear to hear harmonies, because each time I brought in a new harmony, I made the harmony a little bit louder, so it was really obvious. So you can still hear the other, and basically I've created a professional series for anyone that wants to run a singing group. You don't need to be able to read music. I can't read music. I get totally dyslexic when I look at all those dots on a page. So you can just put there's individual audios for every harmony part. So then if you want to learn the soprano, then you can just put that on and listen to that. And then you're developing the auditory recall for that harmony. So, and that helps too. It just develops your ear and makes you a better harmony singer.
No, I'd like to know about that, because where I'm currently living at the moment, I'm still in transition and found myself on this lovely farm with the animals. But there's a barn up there. Yeah. Well, no, they sing to me. But there's a barn, so I'm going to be doing. I'm going away today to dog sit for my son, and so I'm going to be doing a sound bath with my gong and all sorts. But I'd like to do a singing workshop, but I haven't got the confidence in myself to just do a singing. So having something like what you've got, where I can just play it and we can all sing, would be wonderful. So I'll get you to let me know about that afterwards. So
yeah, absolutely. And also for anyone that's listening, the first thing I did when I came out of that 3-month isolation retreat, I mean, I had to heal my right ankle because I broke it while I was talk about challenging. Anyway, I wrote a resource book for how to run your own singing group and to prosper from that, because there's quite a bit of energy that goes into running a singing group. and it's important that there's an energy exchange. And I've always charged around $15 for people to come to a weekly class, and I always felt like that was a really fair thing to do, because we as a leader, you've really got to hold the space for people, and there's a lot of tricks of the trade. And so I put all of that in this book, and I've actually, for a short time, for the next month or so, it's free, but I will be coming down because I'm making it part of an online program, so I can help people, because that's part of my mission, is to help people to run singing groups more, and you don't have to be perfect. You can just, this book's got everything in it that you need, and then all the music, there they are. There, look at all my albums. They're, they were all categorized by their themes. There's, there's the love album, there's prosperity, there's inspiration, inner connection, there's warm-ups, there's the vocal tips and techniques. That one's really good, because I just came up with these simple somatic tips, which is so easy for people, and it just gets you more embodied and, helps you to just sing more expansively and just sing naturally, like get out of your head and just sing, because we can all sing.
What was I going to say then? Pass. It's popped in, it's popped out, but it come back, hopefully. Well, it may not.
Well, I could have kept talking, but I thought I should actually just shut up for a bit.
No.
Say something.
No, it's fine. I mean, no, that sounds amazing. And I've been feeling that it'd be nice to get people to, after doing the other workshop, because obviously everybody's starting to come out now and work together.
Yes.
So I thought we need to bring back the positive and get people to open up hearts, because we've been shut down and gagged and God knows what else. So it's time now to get everybody singing, and I only do things simply. I can't do complicated. It's not my way.
No, me neither. I love simple, and I've kept it simple. There's a couple on there that are actually We Are Love is the song that I shared with you. That's just a really upbeat, raise your vibration. I want to feel good because it feels like the world's going to fall apart. That song will pull you right up, and you will be so happy in your heart and just inspired, and know that, we're always creating from our thoughts. Always, and whatever we're putting into the quantum field. But when that is with, thought plus emotion equals creation. So when you're singing, what happens? Your heart opens. You're experiencing more joy. So if you're actually focusing on your ideal life, like something that you really want to create, then that puts that out into the quantum field. And that absolutely, undoubtedly is having a ripple effect for everyone. So, the more we can, and you can sing, by the way, Andrena, I think you'd be a great singing leader, because you've got so much experience and you've done a lot of my classes, and that helps, because you go, all right, well, that was easy. I'll just get up and, do that. And the most important thing is, if you're running a singing group, you really need to know the parts that you're teaching.
Yeah,
absolutely. Without needing to listen to it again, it's got to be so in the auditory recall, so it doesn't burn your confidence. You're like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing here. I've got this. Because everyone's forgiving. We don't have to be perfect.
And well, we wouldn't be here, would we?
No. And I mean, I did a few of Richard Lawton's. He's a master voice coach here in Australia. He's down in Victoria. And he's written a fantastic book called Raise Your Voice. And he was fantastic for me, because I would watch him teach, and he'd just go, oh, hang on a minute, and he'd be working it out, and then he'd blow the note, and he'd run it. And so I saw him being very human, not trying to be perfect and not at all. It was just like, oh, wow, he was so casual. And then when I said to him, look, I want to get some more training so I can do this, he said, you don't need training, Julia. You'll be fine. Just go and do it. Because I had a good ear. Yeah. And that's the key. If you can hear. And that's the thing about the music in the professional series, what I've done for people is, you just have to listen to the track, probably 7 to 10 times, and it'll be in your memory, because the brain is anything new when you're focusing on it. The brain automatically starts making a neural pathway for it. So, and when you start singing and when you're excited about a song, that just transfers to everybody. And like you said before, it just brings everyone together. You don't even have to know each other.
No.
And that's one of the songs is a call and response song. It's like, we are united no matter where we're from when we are singing Loving Hearts Bond. But that's just like this punchy call and response thing that I do. So, yeah, I'd love to see more people out there, running singing groups, because you don't really want any more than 25 you can. I mean, I've done bigger groups at the Uplift Festival at 2012. I did a massive of 70 people. But it's really cool when you can do a group around 25. You can have, enough people in the harmony groups, but too many voices, it gets too loud, and you've got a lot of energy in the room that you've got to contain. So the more people we can have out there running singing groups in their community, wow, they're change makers. They're light bearers, because your voice is linked to everything. It's linked to your happiness, your health, your wealth, your prosperity. Your voice is absolutely so paramount to your happiness, and people don't realize how important their voice is.
And it's your powerhouse.
And as absolutely, it's your own unique healing tool. And it's there at the drop of a hat. If you're not feeling good, make up a song and get all your angst off your chest and swear and do whatever you need to, but then keep coming back to the positive and this is, and singing that. And then all of a sudden you're just singing, you're happy. Yeah. And I literally did that a few weeks ago I just used the Havana Gila melody, and I just sang this. Blue skies are shining, love is aligning, life is great. Hey! And then I made up.
I remember that one.
With it. Yeah, it went viral because everyone's so down about the rain here that they were all sending me messages going, "Thank you, you saved my life." I'm like, just sing it, So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I found I've got a recording of. I should have had a look before. I just remembered, but I found one when I recorded one of the songs in one of your workshop, and I was singing it. Well, it was a few weeks ago now, and I thought, I must get that out to sing to, And I know, you could be feeling down and what have you, and you start singing, and it brings up that emotion, doesn't it? And I know for me when things are happening. God.
You are so beautiful, and you always wore bright colours. I love that.
Well, we know color is a frequency. We are color, we are a vibration, but yeah, so you can be going along, you'd be a bit down in the dumps or something's happened, and then you can start to sing or tone, whatever, and then up comes the emotion. You've cleared it, and then you're off you go then on a tangent, singing away. It's a great way to release emotions.
It's a really important habit. If anyone wants to create a new habit, that's the habit, to sing every day, because that will help you to feel happier, and the effect it has on the physical body.
Oh, God.
And if you merge that with singing positive words, I mean, look at the work that Dr. Masaru Emoto did with, taking images of uplifting, beautiful, loving words. Well, we're what are we, 75% water? And so when we're singing positive words and got the feeling happening with that, there they are, we're doing that in our physical biology. Yeah. And then you put your wishes out there and you start imagining what you want. We're all conscious creators, and that's what we're waking up to. And, the voice is such a fantastic tool to help us to connect to that. Because it's a gradual process, isn't it, Andrena? Don't you reckon? You're singing, it's a gradual process, and you just have to do it every day, and then all of a sudden you're just like noticing that you always feel good.
Yeah.
And it's an inner feeling good. It's a bubbling up from the inside, like, yay, I feel good today.
Yeah. So, and to do like mantras or chants as well, you know, where you just, I know I've gone to some kirtans and what have you, and some of the words, for me, I find so complicated. I don't know what they're saying. So I just make up my own love words as I'm singing. So, so I just
love
find
that.
I can't get my
used to
teeth
do that.
around some of all, you know, some of these different words. And obviously it comes with practice, but it don't resonate with me. I just want simple words that I can repeat and sing away, because it just lifts you up so much. So and they don't sing
I agree.
children at school young. I don't know what they're doing now, but you'd have, like when I was about 10 past lives now, when I was at school, you'd have assembly in the morning and you'd sing a boring hymn. You didn't sing anything uplifting to start the day off.
Of course not.
Yeah.
How great they
Why
are.
would you?
Yeah. I know. We didn't even sing at Whites Hills where I went. We didn't sing. There was no singing. You stood on a tent and, you know, parade. And because back then I used to pass out all the time, so I would be like, I obviously didn't want to be here.
Yeah,
but I do now. I love life. It's fun.
What was really interesting is you're saying that you wake up with a song in your head. Is that right? Did I hear you right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the song.
And wait for it.
So that
this song was in my head, but basically all night. Yeah. You wait for this. Yeah, mate.
What's the
so did you listen to that?
It's from the whole. It's from
Had you listened to that a lot, Jeff?
No, I just.
No. Well, it's in there somehow.
Yeah, so it came on Britain's Got Talent there a couple of weeks ago, and she came out and she gave this amazing story about everybody knows her voice but never knows her face, and so she was the voice behind The Greatest Showman. Yeah,
really? I love that. That's so good.
The only reason I took that last bit was if I play that music there, then we get hit. They come in and they say you've been playing copyright music. Even though you're a radio station. So that's why I just gave the finale, because that voice just went on and on and on. And it's awesome, you know, just to hear that type of power in a woman's voice or any male voice. You know? So.
Oh, absolutely. And that takes practice, you know.
There was before when COVID started, there was a lady that shared, and that went viral, and she got everybody to sing "Every little cell in my body is happy, every little cell in my body is well, la la la."
Yeah.
So we were singing that all the time. It's a simple song, and I've said to the kids, just sing that. You know, get your.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I tell you,
definitely.
I was in the surf club, and on Sunday mornings we used to get home about 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 6. But you had to be back before 6 for the run, swim, run. You know. So you had 15 minutes to run down the beach and then swim out so far and then come back and run back, you know. And years and years later, I realized I didn't have to go and do that. All I had to do was go down the beach and sing my name and playing with the voice, playing with the tone of your own name, you know. And it really empowered you, because the amount of physical exertion doing the run and then swimming and coming back, just doing the same thing, singing your name. And just when I say sing, you play with your name, just play with the valves and all that stuff to extend it out and all that stuff. That did the same thing, except without the physical endurance. It's just the whole voice filled your whole body with oxygen, and the oxygen got into your bloodstream, and it's just took you to a whole new level. And I thought, man, this is really easy. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's actually how a lot of my songs were born, because I lived at the beach and I would walk. And, when you get into a meter, you sort of just get into a rhythm when you're walking. And then I'd start singing something, and then words just come through. And I just got really good at repeating. So as soon as into my recording. And honestly, I could say 70% of my songs are from walking on the beach. And when you walk and sing a song, it's such a good workout, because you really have to sing from your abdominals, your belly, to sing correctly so you don't hurt your voice. And it's a good workout. And that's I've created 5 healing journeys. And so it sort of starts with, a core belief that we all have by degree, don't we? Like things going on. And then I go into a meditation to lower the brainwaves. And then I go into singing. And so, you're doing the meditation and you're doing the work there. Then once you go into the singing, you start to create the neural pathways. And it's so good for releasing old wounds and old emotions and replacing those old belief systems with a new updated belief system. And if you do that regularly, you will eventually, that will become your default setting. And it's just a fun way to, for me, I love meditating, but boy, oh boy, I can drop into a meditation more quickly after doing the sound bowl and doing some humming or just doing some singing. Then if I sit down and meditate, I can drop in. Do you find that, Andrena? Like it can just, it helps you to just.
No, I have.
Fair enough.
No, I've never been able to sit still long enough. And I've tried and I've sat there and I think, well, I must have been here for 20 minutes. I've only been there for 5. So for me, it is a live meditation, so that I do try, but it doesn't happen.
You'd love. I'll send you one of these healing activations, and you can try that, because they go for 20 minutes anyway.
All right.
But I tell you what, and for your listeners as well, there's a free gift of Om Mani Padme Hum on the home page of my website, which is singtothrive.com. That would be a good one. What you do is you put it on repeat and you do it 3 times. So that does at least gives you I think it's the 11-minute mark, because 11 minutes is a good time frame to be just focusing on.
11, I agree.
Yeah. So that would be something that, because I reckon you'd be, a natural at singing a mantra that you enjoy singing, and then that just takes you into a deep state anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give it a try. But I was going to say, have you got anything that our listeners could just play and, download? Just a short, simple one.
Yeah. Well, they can go to. Well, on the family page, there's that's my daughter. Hello, Maddie. She sang on all the songs. On the family page, there's a free song for everybody. It's called Be Real. And it's like, be who you are, say what you feel. It's really upbeat and catchy. And it's for people that have trouble being authentic. So there's your free song. There's me sitting in the backyard doing a song. And if someone wants something for meditation, get the free gift page, because that's Om Mani Padme Hum, and that's really good for just chilling out and calming the mind. But Be Real is just a fun one. The kids will love it. Adults love it.
Yeah, so I'm getting the feeling already that I should be doing a basic, £5 for an hour. Come and sing, and I'll play some of your stuff or something, and just give it a whirl. So that's stepping out of my comfort zone again.
Yeah, because you can. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That, like this, I did it this way for teachers. So, they don't have a lot of time, so they can just play the audio in the classroom, or you can play it along with, each part while you're learning it. Doesn't matter. You can suit yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
ease and grace,
yeah.
ease and grace,
Oh, indeed.
and opening the
Indeed.
voice, and yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's a professional series there.
Right.
I had so much fun doing all that artwork. A girlfriend,
Did you do it yourself?
KylieJoy.com. Yes, I did. I did most of the artwork on the website myself, but Kylie Joy, KYLEE, joy.com, she's an amazing local artist here in the Shire, the Byron Shire. She helped me with the album covers. Yeah, just made them a bit cooler.
And they're all colourful.
Yeah, I love colour. And I'm doing, thanks to you, I love your work, because I've really enjoyed putting together some of dealing with colour and sound, and I've used all your work and given you credit, mentioned that it's your work, and wow, I've loved doing that, because I haven't really gone down this track before, where there's our issues and and funnily enough, so I'm a Sagittarius and I'm a G sharp. That's always been one of my favourite notes, by the way, that and B. But I had all of those things. Are you Sag, Jeff? We're good people.
And I've got the Scorpio, the blue, and the Saggy. So I got Scorpio and Saggy.
Yeah.
So
there you go. So what Saggies all G, are they?
No, G sharp.
G sharp.
We're G sharp. But my daughter is a Scorpio, and you know how your physical thing is that they can have trouble with the neurotransmitters not producing the right chemicals? Well, my daughter had that. Her body wasn't producing serotonin. Her brain wasn't producing serotonin. And so she was just never really happy. And the one thing that helped her be happy was always singing, and she's an amazing singer. Yeah. And then just the emotional, just all the emotional things were just like, oh, yeah, that's me. That was me, the G sharp, for sure.
Yeah,
so I think it's amazing.
Yeah, and you can hear when people talk, you ring them up, you say, hi, how are you? And you can hear by the tone in their voice if they're flat, if they're sad, or, they're bubbly, or, if they're toxic, they're such a gravelly voice is full of toxins. And I know I worked with a lady once in Australia years ago, and I did her voice, and I said to her, you're in G, the note of G is full of toxins, because you get a toxin chart as well. And I said, but I've got alarm bells. I said, I'm not a doctor, a physician. I can't go there or answer that, but you need to check that out. So anyway, when we finished, then she said, oh, I'll just go and have a cigarette before I go. And I thought, oh my God. But the
sorry, shouldn't laugh.
But God, hello. But it was full. Her throat was full of toxins. I have never ever come across so many hits, if you like, in one note. I was just amazed. And when I thought, oh God, that was it, and I had no idea, so it's but yeah, you can tell by a person's voice, and then you can just say, well, you don't sound very happy. What's going on for you? Do you want to talk about it, or what have you, like, you know, it's bringing back a smile to people's faces, isn't it? You know, we're all on a journey.
Absolutely.
We're all on different levels, different stages, but we're
Yeah.
all doing our best to come together and help each other. You know, they've done this great big divide, which is absolutely horrendous. And people are saying, well, you're this and you're that. And it's, you know, that's not what it's about. You know, we got to come back together in the heart and remember we are all connected.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's a paid political statement.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is, you know, it's sad, you know, because now, yeah, people are just saying, oh, well, you've got that because you did this and all of that sort of thing. And that's not what it's about, you know. They're creating a divide.
That's right.
We got to bring
and
everybody
we don't
back.
know what someone else's. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yes,
interesting
we do.
time.
That's it, Andrena.
Oh dear.
It is very interesting times. And, you know, even the choices that people are making, even the choices that everyone makes, we've just got to honour that everyone's on their own soul journey and we don't know what their lessons are. We've just got to honour ourselves. And I think that's why, you know, we're so passionate about the voice, because when you take judgment out and you just can speak honestly from your heart, everything in your life gets better, everything. And if we can just do that with everybody and just go, oh, okay, that's how that person feels. All right, cool. That's their gig. It's not mine, but that's that's cool.
Yeah.
And then everyone could just be more accepting and just go, all right, because we're all on a soul journey. This is so much bigger than what we realise what's happening now.
Yeah. And
so
if we, you know, if you can see the bigger picture, then you can see all the players on stage all playing out these roles and dramas and what have you. And
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And those of us that are aware can, you know, the light bearers basically come in and just joy. You know, the singing just brings you joy straight away. That's enough. You know, like people. Hello, you don't actually have to sit in an ashram. Kindness and compassion, being loving and accepting, that is spiritual. You know, so, and the more we can sing and use our voice and just take responsibility for our own vibration and just let everyone else take care of their own vibration, and then we can all just support each other with, you know, with love and yeah.
But and another
right,
good
do you
thing
need a drink?
No, I'm all right now. Is about humming. You know, if you don't want to sing, just hum. Or, you know, I say to people, if you're not feeling well, lay on the bed and do your inner toning and do the bumblebees. You know, cover your ear, listen to your sound, and send that sound. And that's a great one if you've got children, getting them all to be bumblebees and they're all but it brings them back in their body, you know, it grounds them in. So yeah, I've had many a little
brought
bumblebee.
that up because I had I love that, the saying, that's easy to remember. I had a client that had a very volatile upbringing, and her father would arrive home and, you know, basically full of alcohol, full of abuse. And she used to go and hide herself in the cupboard, but get how intelligent she would start humming to herself and rocking. And as you know, singing and humming, toning, massages the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which shuts down fight or flight and helps you to feel calm. And so humming, if you're stressed, or because I often, when I'm shopping, I find sometimes shopping now, I'm to shopping because I rarely do the other, but sometimes, you know, it can be a bit tedious or whatever, and you're not going to break into a song in the shop. Sometimes I've been known to do that, but usually I just hum to myself And then that just, it actually brings me into my center, and I can remember my shopping list, and I can just focus on what I need and not be affected by the energies around me. So humming's really powerful. Yeah, it's really, really good, especially if you're stressed.
Yeah.
And for kids, yeah, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Andrena's learned how to do bumblebees, and now she's going to be learning how to do lamb calls and goat calls and horse calls. So she'll learn the whole menagerie.
I don't know if you saw Julia yesterday. Where I am, like I'm looking out at the goats now, and they're on the top of their climbing frame, if you like. And then there's 3 little baby black lambs down the bottom, and they're very young. I thought they were 11 weeks, but I think they're 8 weeks old. So I just thought I'd go video them. So I'm just talking to them as you do. And then I said, are you guys hungry or something like that? And they all went, ah! And then I said something else. And then I said, are you ready for your next feed? And it was just like, they just answered me.
What's the matter then? Eh?
So
Yeah.
What's up? Eh?
Oh,
You ate.
wow. They're bigger than I thought.
yeah, it's the only way when I said you want some food. And it was just like, they all went, ah. It was just
And
really
again,
fun.
the voice.
Yeah, oh God,
Yeah, the
these
voice.
got no
It's
problem
like,
expressing.
and that was the thing. Like when I grew up, I couldn't express what I wanted. And that's really my forte now, is helping people to sing and have a good time. But the healing work that I do is helping people to clear, old belief systems and any trauma or wounds that they've got from childhood, where they have taken on a story that is, none of them are true. We just take it on, and it affects how we relate and express ourselves as an adult. And it's time to shed all of that, because
Exactly.
we need to get on with having a good time and creating an amazing life.
Yeah,
with
it's a
community.
story that doesn't serve anymore, isn't it? That's the past now. That's gone. Let that one go. Work through it and move on, because this is where we are now in the most powerful time in history.
Yes.
With so much going on, and it's so important to use our voice and to express ourselves and be able to give a voice to what you need to say. Whereas I know in the past I've been listening to people, but I haven't let them finish, and I've gone straight in with an answer. But you learn along the way. Now you sit and let people just talk and share. I had a friend come round ages ago, and she said, I just need to share. So I just sat there and held the space for an hour while she shared. And she said, oh God, I feel so much better now. But, I just gave her the space to talk. You thought, that's all you need to do, rather than thinking, what if she did this and if she did that. It's not me finding the answers. It's letting that person talk and open up and find the answers with themselves.
Yeah, because the answer comes in when we're relaxed enough, and when we've got an audience that's not judging us. They're just holding space in a loving, because we've all been there. We've all experienced everything. We've all, so it's like, yeah, I get it. Just purge, get it off your chest. And the voice it's so freeing when you can just be authentic, and the whole body softens and relaxes. And my health, so just for the record, I had chronic fatigue. I've had liver and kidney issues. Hello, when I was a teenager, your little list here, the note F and F sharp would often cut out, and that's all kidney, that's all fear, and your lymphatic, insomnia. Well, insomnia is because we're spending way too much time in our heads trying to figure things out, which is never good, because the wisdom comes in the gaps. And when you're singing and you can slow your brainwaves down and you're in your heart, you're making space for the wisdom to come through. And then you know the answers. You know what you've got to do because you just know it in every cell of your body. Yeah, that's what I need to do. And that's, I believe, that's our discipline now. We've all got to get more comfortable in the stillness and, you know, develop the capacity to hold the frequency of light, like really keep our vibration up and happy and joyful. Because, as you know, light is information. And the more up we are, you know, the more open we are to light and to holding that. And when that comes in, we then share that with those around us because we're all transmitting with each other all the time. So it's an exciting time to be alive. And we all did choose to be here, apparently. So,
because I said to Chris, did we really sign up for this?
I know, right? Okay, that story will work for now.
Think so. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. So even, you know, for people not that find they can't sing or feel they can't sing, you know, if you just do la 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 la, you know, just do something to get your voice out. So of course a lot of this it's life, isn't it? You know, I've worked with people.
Oh, definitely.
And that, you know, when they're tone into that birth note or something, and then they're in floods of tears, they can remember something from a past life, like, you know, and it's just amazing, you know. And you know, you might be doing it yourself, you might remember something, but you're healing that aspect of you, this, you know, coming to be healed at that moment in time.
Exactly.
La la la, is that HR Puff and stuff, or not?
That's mine.
I know, that's what I thought. I've heard that tone before, that tune. HR Puff and stuff.
Oh dear.
Tell you what is, Andrena, is call and response songs. So and the warm-ups album on the website, they're all positive, uplifting words, but they're call and response. So, you know, you can put that on and just sing along with it. And yes, it's really good for your ear. So anyone that thinks they can't sing, that's the perfect album to start with. And did I give you the coupon code for your listeners? Stay inspired. Stay inspired, people. 20% discount. I think it's $19.95, so it'll end up being $15, and you can download all the songs to your device, so you don't need Wi-Fi to listen to them, which is a good thing too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So and you just sing along, and every album's got a songbook with it, and it's got. Believe me, I am no expert when it comes to music theory, but I am definitely, you know, I taught for years and years and years singing groups and private singing lessons. So it's all in layman's terms. It's you know, it's the way I teach, and it's easy for people to understand. And, you know, so that's with every album. Every album comes with the songbook with the lyrics and different activities you can do to play with your voice and have fun and get happy and boost the vibe in the house, because we grew up with singing and my kids grew up with singing, and man, oh man, I miss, because they don't live with me anymore. They're out doing their thing in the world. And, you know, often so many times I'd be in the kitchen cooking and Joel would be playing something on the guitar and singing, and Madeline would just throw in a harmony, and then I'd try and throw in another harmony. Sometimes I would fail, or I'd be singing something and then Madeline would, and sometimes we just hit that we'd always hit the sweet spot, like the three of us. And that's the most precious memories that I have from raising my amazing adult children now. Like, it was so much fun, because I was running the singing and healing school from home. And so there was always singing around the house. And, beautiful.
Wonderful.
It's really great if parents can do that. Yeah, it makes a difference.
You know, keep it simple, just little simple songs, you know, just a few words.
Yes. Exactly.
And then,
exactly. And
You've gone back to Bar Black Sheep now, have you?
there's no Bar Black Sheep, Jeff. I'm sorry. No Bar Black Sheep. But you know, the other thing too, guys, is when you get in the car, instead of putting the radio on, which I never do anyway, but I'm sure a lot of people do, if your kids are in the car, don't put the radio on. They don't need to hear the news and all the devastation that's playing out in the world, the drama. Put on this positive music and everyone can be singing together. Those kids are going to be so happy to be singing with their parents, because I tell you, kids love it. I have done that many singing lessons with the child and the parent, and the kids are beaming. They're just like so happy to be in there with their parents singing. So it's, yes, these are little habits that we can do to create a healthier mindset for our children and for ourselves, and a healthier body, because singing is, it's next level healthy for us. So
yeah, definitely,
really
definitely. Yeah. Oh, amazing. So what workshops have you got coming up next then, or what have you got happening next in your world?
Well, in the Bar and Shire on Saturday, I'm doing a raise your vibration workshop. So we're doing some Kundalini yoga merged with the voice sessions, where I'm taking people on a deeper journey to unlock whatever limiting beliefs they've got going on, so they can, you know, keep clearing the throat chakra and becoming a fully expressed version of themselves, because there's not too many people that are really fully expressed, you know. No. We all hold ourselves back somewhere. So there's that. And then I live up the sunny coast now, so I run a fantastic Tewantin singing circle. They're such a cool bunch of people, and boy, they sing really well. They're great. And I'm about to start one in Karoi, and I've got one happening in Budrum. So I'm really just getting out there and sharing music, and then I'm going to start running workshops to teach people how to run singing groups. And I've got all the music there for them to do it, and because that's what we need, because there's only one of me. I and my daughter, she teaches too. And there's lots of choir leaders around the place, and thank God there are. We need more singing. So the more people can be singing, just the happier everyone will be. And someone said to me last Wednesday, "Oh, this is my happy time when I come here." And I know a good friend of mine, Julia Riccelli, used to say to me, "This is like taking a happy pill." Every Wednesday, she comes singing and she takes her happy pill. So, they're all the frequently asked questions. So, yeah, lots of stuff. I've got a fantastic online program that I've literally just launched, and it's called the 7-Day Reset. And I've priced it, you know, I was advised to price it up in the hundreds, and I just went, no, I want this to be really accessible for people. So it's 88, because I love numbers.
Yeah, me.
And your listeners can get 20% off with the Stay Inspired. And you don't have to do it 7 days in a row, but you've got access to the healing journeys, you've got access to singing, you've got access to songwriting, you've got access to delving into the psyche. There's a little bit of journaling. So it's really fantastic. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour. So it's a commitment. You know, someone goes, right, I really want to do this. I want to work on my voice, and I want to stop feeling small. I want to stop hiding. I want to start just feeling more comfortable in my own skin. And I want to go and ask for that promotion, or I want to go and, you know, whatever. There's a million things that we want that we can ask for. So that's fantastic. And then for people that have really got a lot of trauma, I do the 21-day transformation, where they're working with me nearly every day. We do 3 big healing sessions with the past stage clearing and healing that I've been doing with Maggie Landman. You know Maggie?
Yeah.
I've been working with her for 22 years. She's an amazing psychic and earth healer.
I think I met Maggie when I first landed, because I think it was Jeff somewhere. We met her, didn't we? Can't remember where now, but I know I met her somewhere along right at the beginning. So
and she came and did your voice thing, didn't she?
I think so. I can't remember.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, she did, because she gave it to me and she said, "Oh, you should see what this woman does. It's amazing." And I looked and I went, "Oh, Andrena, I know Andrena. She comes to singing."
Yeah. Oh no, I miss those
So,
days. But anyway, I need to start up days
yeah.
here, don't I? So
Yes, Andrena, and you can do it. I know you can, and I'll help you.
right, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you on board for that.
Yeah, yeah, and I'd love to do one of your sessions because I've never done one.
Have you not?
And
Well,
no.
I've got a hiccup with my computer at the minute, which I'm going to be at my son's for 2 weeks, so I'm going to take my
Okay.
other computer, have a play. So actually, you could be my volunteer. So for me to
Okay.
check in over the airwaves, so that would be brilliant.
Excellent. I would love that.
I'll be in touch about that but I need to sort it. So I thought, I'll wait till I get up there. They've gone away, and then I can sit and have a play with my computer.
Yeah.
And what have you. So
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah. So
yeah.
right. Oh, it's been
And
absolutely
I will just mention this because I think we're getting to the end of it, aren't we? Just to say to your listeners that, I've worked with Maggie Lammer for 22 years, but I've also traversed through healing abuse, sexual abuse, and it's really something that I know a lot about, and I know how to help people to clear it. And the 21-day transformation, it really is transformational. You can really shift some old pain and come out the other end like loving life and loving yourself and loving everything that happened, because there's perfection in everything, because it makes us who we are today. So yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah, so that's something I'm very passionate about. Yeah.
Have you done online Zoom sessions with singing? How have you found it with the sound going over the airwaves?
Yeah, Madeline does a lot of them. She's the little expert with that. I have done quite a few, and it's definitely a different experience. You have to sing a line, and they sing back. So when I do sessions with people, usually we do a healing session first, and then I teach them the basics, and I can tell what they're doing, and I can feel it because I'm an empath, tuning in and feeling what they're doing. And it's like, then I can give them advice, and then I can say, all right, I want you to go and get this album and work with this song, and then come back in a couple of weeks or in a week, whatever, whenever they want, because there's no pressure you don't have to do it every week, but it's good to try and sing every day. And yeah, but it's definitely not the same as singing in person.
No.
But Madeline's she's really got it down pat now, and she's got a lot of students that she does online. And because she had them through COVID. I had quite a few through COVID as well. Yeah, because these kids, God, these poor kids. And then they're on the computer the whole time for school, and then they're on the computer. But I had some coming to me and where I lived, and we were doing singing lessons because and they just loved it so much because they had some contact with another human being other than someone in their own family.
Yeah. So, and I think that's the key, isn't it? I mean, like I've done different Zoom classes online, and they've been fine. But I like to be with the group, with the people.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just so much more powerful. But I know I've sort of had a go at the gong, and the sound waves don't always come through. There's sort of so it's the same with singing. I think you can't really you can all sing, but you've got this sort of dissonance going on, with the sound waves. It's not quite as powerful. But anyway, but it's a great start for getting together. So
it's good for a one-on-one. I don't think groups it's a good idea because that would be too hectic, too much happening. But I think one-on-ones is great, Yeah.
Fabulous.
So are we out of time? How long does the radio show go?
Oh, it's usually an hour to an hour and what have you. So, you know, if we're in the flow, we don't worry.
Oh, right, cool.
You look like you've got a hat on your head, Jeffrey, with that thing behind.
Oh, I thought that was me.
No, that
Yeah, he's got a
it looks like your hat.
Oh, right. Yeah, wishing well. That's
Yeah.
actually a barbecue point. Looks like
Is it?
wishing well, but it's a barbecue.
Where is that, Jeff? Looks like it's somewhere in Australia, obviously.
Yeah, it's by Mount Glorious, out nearby.
Ah. Mm,
Mm.
nice.
Oh,
Right. Okay. All
well,
good.
thank you very much, Julia. This has been absolutely inspiring, and it's been lovely. And yeah, were you going to play a little bit a track of that song, Jeff, or was it too long? Or
Hang on a sec. I flipped out of that. I'll have to get it back up. Keep
Finish
talking.
off on
It's been an absolute delight, Andrena. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you again.
yeah, ditto. Yeah. Ah.
Yeah, and we
Thank
should
you so much.
definitely talk about doing singing groups, and then inspiring more people to run their own singing groups.
Yeah. All right,
Because
we'll see
that
what we
was
can
one of the
create.
main. Yeah, that was one of the main messages when I did that 3-month isolation retreat. Was I won't be running as many singing groups. I'll be teaching other people how to run them, and and like you, I like things to be simple and easy. And I don't have a massive vocal range, so none of my stuff's too hard. You know, it's just uplifting and fun and beautiful to sing, you know. So, yeah, people don't have to worry about, but, you know, 4-part harmonies. It's like, yeah, they're not that hard, believe me. I've kept it pretty simple. And then there are some hard, like the bits that Madeline added, she added lots of solos. So for someone that's really wanting to work on their power voice, we've got separate solo tracks in there for you to sing along with, copy, and then create your own. So, and actually there's a couple of singing lessons online that there's some tips and techniques that are free, and there's a couple of little lessons online. I think we've got them priced really cheap, $22 or something. They're worth doing because they take you through the somatic vocal tips, and they get you like singing in a more embodied way, so you feel like you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
and
that'd be good.
Yeah, because when people feel like they know what they're doing, they're just more confident. They're not, because as soon as you think a fearful thought about, oh God, do I know what I'm doing? You've already left the present.
Yeah,
and you're in the past.
Exactly.
You know, thinking about. Yeah, it's just more joyful for everybody. If you want the difficult stuff, there'll be choirs out there for that for sure.
No.
No, I'd rather. Right. So when we get the ukulele, all my stuff, and I did this because I noticed this when I was doing a lot of kirtan and bhajans, it's playing the same chords over and over. So then the brain knows what to expect. So you feel safe about taking a risk. Because I always used to do improvisation at the end of the class.
Yeah.
And I just get everyone singing, and we'd all be singing different bits, and everyone would be going off, or, you know, and just having a good time. That's freedom right there. That is so much fun. So, and to me, that's more exciting than getting something perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's just stressful. In my world, it's stressful. Oh, I can't get it perfect. Look, this is good enough. And it always ends up being amazing because no one's stressing about getting it perfect. So then everyone sounds amazing. So,
you know, you just love it. You know, I mean, I've been in kirtan and what have you, and singing away, and then they all stop, and I'm still singing. I go, oops, and oh well, you know, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's got their eyes closed kirtan anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You
So they
just
don't always know who it is.
do your thing. This is
May the ocean in our hearts reach your brilliant shore. May the fire in our souls keep us safe and warm. May the earth where we stand hold us strong and true as the storms sweep and transform to leave us with the truth. We are love. We give love. We receive love. We are love. We are love. We give love. We receive love. We are love.
the chorus is the best part.
We receive love. We are love. We are love. We give love. We receive love. We are love. Dance with the universe. Move back to home. Everything that we perceive, from a seed to a mighty tree, is a choice of fear or love, dark or light. We are love. We give love. We receive love. We are love. We are love. We give love. We receive love. We are love. We are love. We give love. We receive love. We are love. We are love. We give love. We receive love. We are love. May the ocean in our hearts.
And so then it repeats.
May the fire in our souls keep us safe and warm. May
Rightio, just agree.
Brilliant.
Otherwise, we're going to
But
get.
that's one of the longer, more
Yeah.
trickier songs. The others are shorter verses, and I kind of wrote that right at the end because I don't know. It was just I'd done a big healing with Maggie Landman actually, and there was a mantra that I had to keep doing for myself, and then I just turned it into a song. We give love, we receive love, we are love. That's who we are. And that was my daughter singing the higher harmonies. She's so good. I love it. I love listening to her.
And I know We Are Love. I know I've sung that with you in other different songs.
Yeah.
You know, which is, it's just lovely. And of course, the thing is, if you're all together in a group, you're moving about as well, aren't you? You're not. We are love.
I'm always like getting people to move, and because otherwise you get a bit of rigor mortis, it just sets in and everyone gets a bit stiff, and it's like, okay, people, move, come on.
Yeah.
So, and that loosens everyone up, and it actually helps you access your voice better. I think it does, because you're transferring your weight from foot to foot, and because you're using your whole body to sing from. When I was first singing professionally, I was so nervous. I'd stand still. I had the mic stand in my hand, and it'd be stiff as, and then I'd finish the set, and I'd almost have to limp off because my hips were locked. So I just, I really had to learn to shift my weight from foot to foot. Where are those other ones, Jeff? We've got other ones of Andrena singing a little heart out.
Oh, God.
There she is.
Oh, dear.
There's Dougie and Val. Those were the days.
Yeah,
there you are.
God.
See, I'm there tomorrow. I'm staying with Miranda.
All right. Lovely.
So I'm in that. Anyway, those were the days, my friends. We thought they'd never end.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'd sing and dance forever and a day. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's lovely. Anyway, on that note, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful voice for what you do, and we'll see what we can do to send it out around the universe.
Yes, let's do that. Sounds good. Around the universe.
I'm back again.
Yeah. All righty. Thank you so much. Thank you to all your listeners, and stay inspired, because did you know that the brain you cannot feel fear and anxiety when you are inspired? That is a very important message for everybody.
And inspired is in spirit.
Yes, it is. I love that. That's cool. All right. Thank you so much.